Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball, Game 3 of a 4-game set in Houston against the Astros. Rays tied the series up last night. It's now 1 game apiece. Ryan Yarborough on the mound for the Rays versus Josh James of the Astros. On the mound for Houston is Josh James. On the season, he is 1-0 with a 4.71 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus the Los Angeles Angels. Went only 3 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 5, and struck out 4. Looking for a bounce-back start today against the Rays that got the bats hot yesterday. Scored 5 runs against Houston after being shut out the last 3 days, and leading off, it's the shortstop Willy Adames. Adames is 169 on the season, 2 for 9 on the series. First time leading off this year. And the first pitch in this gloomy day here in Houston is taken low for ball 1. The lineup for the 9-15 Rays here today that Josh James will face, leading off at shortstop Willy Adames, batting second in right field Austin Meadows, batting third and playing first base Ji-Man Choi, batting cleanup in left field Hunter Renfroe, batting fifth the DH Jose Martinez, batting sixth the second baseman Brandon Lau, batting seventh the third baseman Joey Wendell, batting eighth the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier, batting ninth, the catcher Michael Perez. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to the leadoff man Adames. And here's the pitch from James. Is swung on and missed. A fastball, middle part of the plate inside, 98 miles an hour. It'll be Adames, Meadows, and Joy here in this inning. And now the 2-1 from James is low and inside for ball 3. That low fastball at 98. So Josh James coming out early with the flame throwing. 3 balls a strike. The count to Adames. Maldonado calling for the high pitch, and it's fouled away. That pitch kind of hung over the middle part of the plate. Adames took a hack at it, but it was only fouled away, and the count is now full. And here's the payoff from James. And it's swung on and missed. So Adames works a nice count, but strikes out in a 3-2. Josh James picks up his first strikeout of the day. Now there's 1 gone for Austin Meadows. Meadows is batting .200 on the season. He's 2 for 9 in the series. And now the first pitch from James is swung on and missed. Couldn't get a hold of that high fastball, and it's 0-1. James sets and deals. And that one is put into play, backhanded by the first baseman Gurriel, who will run over to the bag to put out Meadows. And now quickly 2 away for Ji-Man Choi. Ji-Man Choi is 225 on the season. He's 2 for 8 here in the series. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. His season totals. Was clutch in the late stages of last night's game. A back and forth affair, with the Rays ultimately coming out on top 5-4. Clyde Washington, the home plate umpire, calling your balls and strikes. And here's the 1-0 to Choi. And it's put into play. Charged by third baseman Bregman. Will it get there in time? And it does. A nice play defensively by Bregman to end the inning. The Rays go down in order 1-2-3. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the first. The starter for the Rays today, it's Ryan Yarborough. Yarborough is 1-0 on the season with a 2.57 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus the Toronto Blue Jays, went 5 innings pitched, gave up an earned run on 5 hits and a walk, and struck out 9. The number 5 starter in this Rays rotation, it will be Charlie Morton tomorrow versus Jose Urquidy in a game that will potentially decide the series. The first man Yarborough is facing is Michael Brantley, and here's the pitch to him, and it's inside for ball 1. Brantley 250 on the season. He's 1 for 5 in the series. So the lineup for the Astros at 12-11 that Yarborough will face, leading off in left field Michael Brantley, batting second and third base, it's Alex Bregman, batting third at second base Jose Altuve, batting cleanup the DH Yordan Alvarez. As that one has popped all the way up, Meadows is going to go back to the track and make the catch to retire Brantley. As we take a break there from the lineups, Batting 5th in first base, Yuli Gurriel. Batting 6th, the center fielder George Springer. Batting 7th, the shortstop Carlos Correa. Batting 8th, the right fielder Kyle Tucker. And batting 9th and catching Martin Maldonado. So after that flyout for Brantley, it brings up Alex Bregman with 1 out. The third baseman has 221 on the season. He's 0 for 8 in the series. He takes that first pitch inside for ball 1. The 1-0 from Yarborough. It's outside 2-0. So the Rays are at 9-15. They're 5th in the American League East, dead last. They're 8 games back of first. That's the Yankees at 17-7. And for the Astros, after last night's loss, they dropped to 12-11. They're tied for 2nd in the American League West. They're 2 games back of the Rangers at 14-9. Those same Rangers, the Rays beat 2-1 in a series. Rays in their all-gray uniforms. Astros with the home white pants and the orange jerseys, as Brandon Lau, the second baseman, struggles with that grounder, but gets the throw to first in time to retire Bregman. That grounder going all the way up the middle. Lau struggled, but was able to make the out. Bregman is retired 4-3 for the second out of the inning, and now with the bases clear and 2 gone, it's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Altuve is 226 on the season, 2 for 4 in the series. He's got a 9-game hitting streak. Got the day off yesterday. Aldemus Diaz took his spot there. So he continues his hitting streak here today. Only 2 home runs on the season, but 13 runs batted in. Only 7 pitches. That's all it took to get 2 outs in this inning. As Jose Altuve pops that one up, it's chased by the right fielder Meadows, but he's under it in time to make the catch. So quick 1-2-3 inning for Yarborough as well. Only 8 pitches here in this overcast evening here in Houston at the end of 1-0-0 ball game. Leading off the second inning, it's Hunter Renfroe. He's a bit of his slump, only 138 in his last 8 games. He's 227 on the season, 0 for 7 in the series with a couple of walks. The first pitch to Renfroe is able to check his swing on a fastball a bit inside. Somewhat traditional defensive setup. Jose Altuve backed off the second base bag. Gurriel shaded outside of the first base bag, and the 1-0 to Renfroe is cut on and missed. James going to the fastballs here early. It'll be Hunter Renfroe, Jose Martinez, and Brandon Lau here to come up to the plate in the second. That one taken for strike 1. Another fastball there at 96. That one fouled back to the catcher, Maldonado, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Josh sets and deals, and it's taken. Didn't chase low and inside, and the count is now full at 3-2. For the man leading off the inning, Hunter Renfroe, and here's the payoff. And it's popped up. The right fielder's going to go back. And he makes a running catch out near the track. It's Kyle Tucker there to make the catch for out number 1. Renfroe gives it a good ride, but it's going to fall for an out. And now it's Jose Martinez just under the Mendoza line. He's 197 on the season, 1 for 3 in the series with a couple of walks. The first pitch from James is high. Goes to the fastball there at 99. So James coming out early in this game, throwing hard. Here in this Wednesday evening. The 1-0 to Martinez is taken for strike 1. Just caught the outside part of the plate. And the count even out a ball and a strike. More traditional lineup for Houston today after giving some guys days off. Brantley and Springer are back in the lineup, as is Altuve. The 2-1 here to Martinez, and that one is popped up as well. The center fielder Springer is going to make a running play down near the wall and makes the catch out at the track. So a couple of deep flyouts here for the Rays in the second. Renfroe flew out to right. Now Jose Martinez flew out to center for the second out. Now with the bases clear and 2 gone, it's the second baseman Brandon Lau. Lau is 225 on the season. He's 2 for 8 here this series. The first pitch from James is taken for strike 1. Fastball high, and the count even at a ball and a strike. These two teams have become awfully familiar with each other. They played a 3-game set just a week ago in St. Pete, a 4-game series here in Houston. The last time these two teams will face off in the regular season, though. So I suppose a good job to get a powerhouse like Houston out of the way here in April. As we're in the last week of this month. The month of May will be extremely crucial as they'll face all 4 of their American League East rivals. They're not too far back, only 8 games back of first, so some ground can be making up. A good showing from the team yesterday in a 5-4 win, after snapping their second 6-game losing streak of the year. Full count here to Lau, and here's the payoff from James. And it's low for ball 4. So the Rays pick up their first base runner of the day. It's a 2-out walk, and the second issued to Lau. That'll put a man on for Joey Wendell. Wendell is 238 on the season, 2 for 6 in the series. He picked up a couple of RBIs yesterday, some clutch hitting by the Rays all around. Wendell especially. The first pitch to the lefty is taken for strike 1. "27 pitches to this point for James. He only gave up his first base runner. He put down the first 5 in order, but hasn't been too easy. A lot of full counts and such. As that fastball in there at 100, he hit triple digits for the first time today. Not surprisingly, a taken strike by Wendell, and it's 0-2. And here's the 0-2 from James. And it's swung on and missed by Wendell. Got him to chase low. James picks up his second strikeout. No runs for the Rays through 2. It's Yordan Alvarez, the man, the red-hot DH to lead off this inning. In his last 4 games, he's batting .262. .692, I should say. He's .410 on the season. He's 5 for 7 in the series with 2 home runs. Both of those came yesterday. It was a solo shot in the first inning, and a 2-run blast out of Jose Alvarado in the late goings to tie that game up at 4. The Rays would be able to take the lead on some clutch situational hitting. But Alvarez has been striking terror into this Rays team really all season. And here's the 1-1 from Yarborough. It's fouled back. The first starting lefty pitcher to appear in this series. Alvarez had previously seen Glasnow and Chirinos. Yarborough, the lefty, working here today. He put down the first 3 men in the first inning in order. Perez calling for the outside pitch. And it's a called strike 3. Alvarez strikes out looking in his first try, as Yarborough gets his first strikeout as well. And with 1 gone, that'll bring up Yuli Gurriel. Gurriel is 3-11 on the year. He's 1 for 7 in the series. The first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. So Alvarez struck out looking. It's Gurriel here, and it'll be Springer next here in the second. And then looking ahead to the top of the third for the Rays, they've bottomed out their order with Kiermaier and Perez, and then go back to the top for Adames. Here's the 1-0 to Gurriel, and it's fouled away. Rays look like they have seen James relatively well. A couple of deep flyouts. You think maybe some guys get their second try against him, maybe have some more success. And then for Yarborough, it's just been business as usual, putting men down with relative ease. The first 4 batters, that is, and now the 1-2 to Gurriel is low for ball 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now this one from Yarborough is low. And Gurriel has worked himself a full count. It's 3-2. With Springer warming on deck, yet another 300 hitter. The Astros lineup is chock full of them, and here's the payoff from Yarborough. And it's swung on and missed. Gurriel strikes out swinging. Yarborough picks up his second strikeout of the inning, and now there's 2 gone. And for the bases clear, it'll be George Springer in his first at-bat here today. He's 3-0-4 in the season, 2 for 2 with 2 walks in the series. He's reached base all 4 times. He's come to the plate. The first pitch to him is low for ball 1. Springer a 5-game inning streak. What I was saying about the 300 hitters, looking at this lineup, you see Alvarez, Gurriel, Springer, Correa. That's 4 hitters in late April hitting over 300. Alvarez hitting over 400, as that one is going to get through the gap. For the first hit of the day for the Astros, Springer continuing his streak of getting on base every time against the Rays in the series. He does that with a single that gets through the gap on the left side of the infield. And with a man on first and 2 outs is the shortstop Carlos Correa. Correa is 3-14 on the season. He's 0 for 3 in the series with a walk. It's George Springer at first base. And the first pitch to Correa is low for ball 1. He hasn't gotten many chases on that. The only one that I can think of was the Gurriel strikeout. But Yarborough has consistently gone to it, and the 1-0 to Correa is in there for strike 1. Yarborough not a guy that will dominate with velocity. A lot of pitches hang out under 90, some even under 80 miles an hour. But hitters often have such a hard time seeing his pitches. He's so deceptive with movement and all of that. As that one is swung on and missed. That one only at 79. Shows you don't always need power to strike guys out. And the 1-2 to Correa. He goes back to that pitch again low and inside. And the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yarborough trying to get out of this inning clean. He's only allowed 1 base runner. And here's the 2-2. And it's grounded right up the middle. And it's picked up by Adames. And he will get the force at second. A good play by Adames defensively. Looked like it might have gotten through. That will retire the side. A scoreless game for both teams through 2. It'll be Kevin Kiermaier here to lead off this third for the Rays. Kiermaier is 171 on the season. He's 0 for 5 in the series with 2 walks. Fouls that first pitch away. Josh James with 29 pitches through 2 innings. He's only allowed a base runner. It was a walk to Brandon Lau in the second. And here's the 0-1 to Kiermaier. Outside a hair for ball 1. Kiermaier with a cut and a miss. Got him to chase there low and inside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The Astros clobbered the Rays in the first game of the series. They won 6-0, and then they took a 2-0 lead in game 2. The Rays came back and tied it. And that game went back and forth a couple more times as Kiermaier goes down swinging there. Third strikeout for James. Now there's 1 gone. It'll be the catcher, Michael Perez, up now. Perez, 183 on the year. He's 3 for 8 here in the series. Before the Rays go back to the top with Adames. As that first pitch is put into play, but it's the left fielder, Brantley, underneath it quickly to retire Perez, and that will be out number 2. So now finally the Rays do go back to the top with the bases clear and 2 gone. It's Willy Adames. Adames struck out in the first. That brings him to 2 for 10 on the series. Similar situation for the Astros in the bottom part of this inning. They'll have the 8-9-1 hitters. It'll be Kyle Tucker, Martin Maldonado, and Michael Brantley to all get their tries at Ryan Yarborough. Willie Adames is only 2 for 9 in the series, but he's worked good at bats. The first one in this contest was a full count strikeout. He's taken a couple balls early. Kevin Cash showing some faith and strides that Adames has made. Vision at the plate, waiting to translate into some more hits. And the 2-1 to him is swung on and missed for strike 2. Now this one from James is put into play, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Gets right past the second baseman Altuve, and it'll be a 2-out single for Adames as he picks up his first hit of the day. First hit for the Rays as well, as they get their second base runner this evening. And now with 2 gone and Adames at first, it's Austin Meadows. Meadows grounded out to the first baseman in the first inning, and the first pitch that he sees will be high for ball 1. Fastball at 100 miles an hour. And that one is absolutely demolished by Meadows. The right fielder's going to go back, but there's nothing he can do about it. The Rays strike first on a 2-run homer by Austin Meadows, his 5th shot of the year. Gets back to the top of the lineup. Adames gets on with a 2-out single, and Meadows will drive him home. Rays take an early 2-0 lead here in the 3rd. A loud crack of the bat. You knew right as it happened, and that one was going to get out of here. Heads all the way into the second deck in right field. 424 feet, one of the biggest blasts that we've seen this year.
Up next for Tampa Bay, the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi.
It's now Ji-Man Choi with 2 gone and the bases clear. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. And that one is popped up. The right fielder, Tucker's going to go back to the wall. And that baby is out of here. Back-to-back home runs for the Rays here in the 3rd. It's a solo shot for Ji-Man Choi. That's his 3rd homer of the season. As the Rays go deep twice here in Houston. A 3-0 lead. Kyle Tucker nearly had it, as that play was near the wall, but Choi got it out just far enough. We saw some precursors early in this game. A couple of guys with flyouts deep. And we mentioned their second time up, maybe they could do a little more damage, and they do. Meadows with a 2-run homer. Choi with a solo shot. That has given the Rays a 3-0 lead. Here for Yarborough. As that's a cut and miss for Renfroe, and it's 0-2 to him. 3 hits, 3 runs for the Rays. As now Josh James could be heading for potentially another short stint. He only pitched 3 innings in his last start. It's a similar day here for him. He still hasn't recorded a loss this season, though. Now the 1-2 to Renfroe is outside for ball 2. Something so weird with this Rays team. They go in some deep lulls, and then all of a sudden, at the snap of a finger, they just break out of it and in a hurry. They scored 5 runs yesterday after being shut out 3 straight days, and now they have 3 runs here in the early goings. The definition of a hot and cold team. You just hope they can get and stay hot at the right time. As they came into this game, 6 games under 500, and now the payoff to Renfroe is inside for ball 4. So after an 0-2 count, he will work a walk, and this inning will not be over just yet. Renfroe Walks in the third, and now it's Jose Martinez with his second chance of the day. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center, one of those deep flyouts. So perhaps a chance for the DH to join the party. Second walk issued by James. That's the 5th base runner of the day. Now the first pitch to Martinez is in there for strike 1. A bit of a check swing for Martinez and quickly 0-2. As Josh James would just like to put this inning to bed and get out of it, just giving up 3 runs. It was a 2-run shot to Meadows and a 1-run homer for Ji-Man Choi. And here's the 0-2 to Martinez. It's outside, he won't chase. It's 1-2. 54 pitches for him already. Interesting to see how Dusty Baker will play that. And that one is popped up, but it's the right fielder Tucker underneath it to make the catch and retire the side. So in the 3rd inning, the Rays put up back-to-back home runs. They now lead 3-0. For the Astros here in the 3rd, as they look to overcome a 3-run deficit, it'll be the bottom part of their lineup. Kyle Tucker leading off. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Kyle Tucker, Martin Maldonado, and Michael Brantley. Kyle Tucker is 200 on the season, 1 for 3 with a double in the series. His first at-bat here today. A lefty-on-lefty matchup. As that one is fouled back for strike 2. Yarborough may be looking for the put away. And it's put into play, charged by third baseman Wendell. He'll make a nice throw to first in time to retire Tucker. Nice play there by the third baseman Wendell. And now there's one gone after the 5-3 grounder for Tucker. It's the catcher Martin Maldonado. The New York Yankees did lose today. So if the Rays could combine that with a win, they would make up a full game on the Yankees. The Red Sox also just now a half game back of New York. The catcher here, Martin Maldonado, he's 254 on the season. He's 0 for 4 in the series. And now the 0-1 to him is inside for ball 1. And that one is popped up. It's the first baseman Choi underneath it. And he'll be there to record out number 2. A pop up to first will bring up the leadoff man Brantley. Brantley flew out to right in the first inning. He's now 0 for 1 today. Ryan Yarborough has only allowed a single base runner today. It was a single in the second for George Springer. Got 2 strikeouts. That was his stat line through the order the first time. Count to Brantley now even at 1-1. 34 pitches for Yarborough as well, so he's pacing pretty well. As that one is put into play, but right to the first baseman Choi, has a little bit of trouble and passes it off to Yarborough, who is covering the first base bag. It's a little bit of an unconventional play there, but the Rays get out of it. 1-2-3. They put down the Astros. They have a 3-0 lead through 3. For the Rays, here in the 4th, it'll be Brandon Lau, Joey Wendell, and Kevin Kiermaier. Brandon Lau, in his first plate appearance, walked. The lefty will face the righty, Josh James. That one taken for strike 1. 55 pitches for Josh James through 3 innings. He's already given up 3 runs. He's in line for the loss, but a bit early to talk about something like that. We're only in the 4th inning. Ryan Yarborough, though, to his credit, has looked much better. For a number 5 starter, he's actually played very well. Only 1-0, but just a 2.57 ERA headed into this contest. The cut and a miss there from Lau makes it 2-2. That pitch way outside. And another full count. James has issued a lot of those here today, and now the payoff to Lau is fouled back as he just looks to stay alive. The Astros did go somewhat deep into their pen. It was Rogelio Armenteros, Valdez, Chris Divinsky who picked up the loss, and Ryan Abreu. As that pitch high to Lau will be a leadoff walk. Third of those issued by James. A common theme that we've seen from this Astros starter. He did walk 5 in his last start. So perhaps having a bit of struggle with his control. The fastball is there, but maybe not in the zone. And now it's Joey Wendell with a man on and no outs. Wendell struck out, and now it may look ground into a double play as the first baseman Gurriel has to come off of the bag, and he'll be safe. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Joey Wendell. They get the lead runner Lau at second base. The throw to Gurriel was no good. So good hustle play by Wendell to run it out. And now it'll be a man on first with 1 out. So Wendell is still 0 for 2 on the day. Astros pen already moving. Peacock and Armenteros. Kevin Kiermaier at the plate now. He struck out his last time up in the 3rd. Throw back to Wendell. He's not in time, but he goes sliding back to the bag. The 0-1. Kiermaier is just in there for strike 2. Another throw to Wendell. He'll be safe again. Wendell with a couple of stolen bases this season. Not a guy maybe you'd expect, but sneaky speed from him. And the 0-2 to Kiermaier is going to hit him. So that'll put men at first and second base after the hit by pitch to Kiermaier. He reaches base for the first time today. So Wendell at second, Kiermaier first. For the catcher, Michael Perez. Perez is 0 for 1. He flew out to left in the 3rd. He takes that first James pitch for strike 1. He's just 147 on the season with runners in scoring position. A base hit would most likely score Wendell. And as long as Perez records an out that doesn't involve a double play, it'll be Willie Thomas as we go back to the top. The 0-1 to James is low. It's a ball and a strike to Perez. Nearly 70 pitches as he just recorded 1 out in the 4th. The 1-1 is high. The 2-1 to the catcher, Perez, is low. A good take, and it's 3 balls and a strike, as now James is 1 bad pitch away from loading the bases. Perez will probably get a good pitch to swing at. We'll see. Righty and lefty matchup. And here's the 3-1. It's put into play, but it will be foul. Going into the seats that are just a few feet away from the left field foul line. And now the count is full, and here's the payoff. Fouled back. Another 3-2 pitch. And it'll be inside for ball 4. And that will load the bases with 1 out. Second walk of the inning issued here by James. His 4th today, and that will bring up Willy Adames as the Rays go back to the top of their order. Adames is 1 for 2 with a single. He came around to score on that Meadows home run. That's here in the 4th. With the bases loaded and 1 out. That was the 7th base runner allowed by James and only 3 1/3 innings pitched. As that one taken for strike 1 by Adames, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is high for ball 2. With a slew of lefties coming up, maybe the Astros will make a move if Adames would be to reach base. That would score at least 1 run and tack on to the Rays' already 3-0 lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Adames, and here it is from James. And a beautiful take, and it's 3-2. Not sure how Willie was even able to lay off of that one, but credit to him. He's been good with that so far. And now the payoff is swung on and missed, so James gets a big out. Strikes out Adames for the 2nd time. That's his 4th strikeout of the afternoon for James. And now with 2 outs and the bases still full, it's Austin Meadows who homered his last time up. I believe that would be the first grand slam of the year. Perhaps maybe that 13-0 game in Texas included one. Meadows is 1-0-5 on the season with runners in scoring position. He has Wendell at 3rd and Kiermaier at 2nd. Perez is at 1st. And that one is grounded right at the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. It's going to score 1, and Kiermaier heading for home. And the throw will be in time. A 2 RBI single for Austin Meadows as he now picks up his 4th RBI of the day. It scores Joy Wendell and scores Kevin Kiermaier. As now the lead is 5-0. That one getting right through the middle. Right between the legs of the starter James, as now he has given up 5 earned runs. That was the 4th hit. And Dusty Baker comes out to make a move. Josh James will finish with just 3 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 earned runs. And now the first man out of the pen, it'll be Brad Peacock. In 10 appearances, he has a 1.42 ERA. The first man he'll face is the lefty Ji-Man Choi. Choi is 1 for 2 with a home run of his own. He's going to have Michael Perez at 2nd base, Austin Meadows at 1st. 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th. Rays add on a couple more runs. Their lead is now 5. And the 0-1 to Choi is swung on a miss for strike 2. So Peacock coming on strong here. In the bottom of this inning, for the Astros, it'll be Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and Yordan Alvarez. So 3 big outs for Ryan Yarborough. As that one is lifted by Choi, but it'll be the right fielder Tucker underneath it, but it falls right in front of him, and Perez is headed for home, and he's going to score. What a wild play on an 0-2 pitch. Be interesting to see if they rule that a base hit. I guess they will, as it fell right in front of the right fielder Tucker. Call it an RBI single for Ji-Man Choi. As now the lead is 6-0. That earned run will be charged to Josh James as he now has 6. He is in line for the loss. And now it's Hunter Renfroe in the same situation with 2 on and 2 out. Hunter Renfroe's 0 for 1 with a walk. He walked in the 3rd. He comes up here in the 4th. So Peacock allows a hit to the first man he faces. He won't be charged with an earned run though. And now it's Austin Meadows at second and G-Man Choi at first. And here's the 1-0. And it's fouled back. So another base hit would score potentially another run. As the Rays have given Ryan Yarborough a sizable lead. That's exactly what you want. That's the formula to win with the number 5 starters. Give him a sizable lead early. But Ryan Yarborough in his own right has looked very good as well. A cut and a miss from Renfroe, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. A busy inning for the Rays. They've now doubled their lead. Now 6-0 Rays. And now the 2-2 to Renfroe is fouled back. So the count will remain 2-2. Here's the pitch from Peacock. And it's put into play, but right to the shortstop Correa, and he'll get the force out at second base to retire Choi. And that will do it in this inning for the Rays. They double their lead. It's now 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Leading off this inning for the Astros, it's Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman flew out to right in the first inning. It'll be Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and Yordan Alvarez to face Yarborough here in the 4th. Yarborough with only 36 pitches through 3 innings. He's given up no runs, only 1 hit, and he's stricken out 2. At the 0-2 to Bregman. And it's put into play. A good shot on that one. And Renfroe will catch it off the wall. It'll be a leadoff single for Alex Bregman. As for a second, it looked like he might have gone for 2, but makes the smart choice to stay at first. A leadoff single will be the second hit of the day for Houston. He bit a good charge on that one and gets his first hit of the series, in fact, as he's now 1 for 10 in this series. It's now Jose Altuve. Altuve flew out to right in his first at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to the second baseman Altuve. And now here the pitch is from Yarborough. It's low and blocked in the dirt. A good play by Perez keeps Bregman at first base. Now the count is 1-2. Here's the pitch from Yarborough, and it's inside. That one fouled back. The count still 2-2. Altuve has been working a long at-bat here. And here's another one. And it's swung on and missed. Ryan Yarborough picks up his 3rd strikeout, this time of Jose Altuve. And that will put the first out in the books here in this 4th inning. We'll bring up Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout today, but he's absolutely been demolishing the Rays in this series. He came into this one 5 for 7 in the series with 2 home runs. Almost single-handedly gave the win to the Astros yesterday, if it wasn't for some clutch hitting for the Rays. But Yarborough has looked good against Alvarez as a cut and a miss puts it at 0-2. Maybe that was the problem. The Rays should have been attacking Alvarez with more lefties. There's not much you can do when most of your starters are right-handed, though. As a cut and a miss will put Alvarez down on strikes for the 2nd time today. So a man that has been giving the Rays so much trouble has been stymied here. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 2 in a row for Yarborough. That's 4 on the evening. So he might be heating up a little bit after giving up a leadoff single to Bregman. And now it's Yuli Gurriel with 2 gone and Bregman at first. Gurriel is 0 for 1 himself with a strikeout. That was in the 2nd inning, and now a first pitch strike. In the top part of the zone at only 84. It's been working here today, though, in the 0-1. There's a slow curve at 72. Count even. He had a ball and a strike, and here it is to Gurriel, and it's shot foul. Yarborough just a strike away from getting out of the inning. It will be his 51st pitch. And here it is. Just inside for ball 2. This one from Yarborough is put into the play and fair. It's going to go all the way back to the wall, chased by the left fielder Renfroe. Bregman is going to go to third, and he'll stay put. A 2-out double for Yuli Gurriel puts runners at second and third. Just the third hit of the day for Houston, second of the inning. And another man the Rays don't want to see is this where you can get into some trouble against a lineup that's so good top to bottom. It's George Springer to the plate. He's singled in the second. He's got men at second and third with 2 outs. A base hit. They'd probably score 2. It's Alex Bregman at third. Yuli Gurriel at second. Here's the 0-1 to Springer, and it's fouled back. So once again, Yarborough a strike away from getting out of this inning. Will he go to the put away against the righty? Here's the 0-2. He does, but Springer won't bite. The count is now 1-2. And that one grounded right at the middle, but picked up by the second baseman. Now he'll turn and throw to first, and that will retire Springer and the side. The Astros present a bit of a threat, but Yarborough gets out of a 4th inning scoreless. It is now 6-0. Rays lead through 4. It's Jose Martinez to lead off this 5th inning for the Rays. Martinez is 0 for 2 today with a pair of flyouts. It'll be Jose Martinez, Brandon Lau, and Joey Wendell that will all come to the plate, presumably against Brad Peacock, as he only recorded a couple of outs in the last inning. That one low, and it's 1-1 to Martinez. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The pitch from Peacock is put into play, and a diving play by the first baseman, Gurriel. He'll get up and run over to the back to tag out Martinez. A nice play defensively by the first baseman there. And that's out number 1. Now it's Brandon Lau. He's walked twice here today. Once in the second, one in the 4th. That one taken for strike 1. The 1-1 here to Lau. Fastball high taken. It's now 2 balls and a strike. And that one put into play, charged by the shortstop Correa. And his short throw to first will be in time to retire Lau for the second out of the inning. As Lau is retired for the first time today on that 6-3. With the bases clear and 2 outs, it's the third baseman Joey Wendell. Joey Wendell is 0 for 2, but reached base on a fielder's choice in the 4th and did end up coming around to score. He ran out a potential double play. He was able to reach base because of a bad throw to first, and now the 0-1 to him is put into play, and it looks like it's going to get down for a base hit. It will. A 2-out single for Wendell. He picks up his first hit of the day. Second allowed by Brad Peacock, and that will keep the inning going. It'll be Kevin Kiermaier up next. Kiermaier is 0 for 1 and has been hit by a pitch. He also came around to score. in that 4th inning, part of a 3-run rally that doubled the Rays' lead. They now lead 6-0 in the 5th as they look to take a lead in the series. The 0-1 to the lefty Kiermaier is inside for ball 1. "21 pitches for Peacock. He's pitched 1 1/3 inning after coming on relief for the starter Josh James. Gets a cut and a miss from Kiermaier there, and it's 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch is shot foul. Kiermaier got ahead of it early. Let's see if James goes off speed again. The 1-2, he will. But taken. Now the count even at 2-2. This one to Kiermaier will be fouled away. So he'll stay alive. Joey Wendell at first with 2 outs. And here it is. And another foul ball down near the visiting dugout. A throw to first. Wendell will be safe. Not the first time he's had to deal with that here today. It'll be Carlos Correa, Kyle Tucker, and Martin Maldonado as Joey Wendell will go. But a cut and a miss from Kiermaier makes it irrelevant. That will end the inning. No runs for the Rays here, but they take their 6-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Carlos Correa to lead off this inning. He's 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice in the 2nd. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, 9 the hitters. Correa, Tucker, Maldonado. Yarborough on, obviously, to start at 5th. Only 56 pitches through 4. He's pacing well still. Maybe give the bullpen a bit of a break. Although it'll be Charlie Morton tomorrow in the getaway. As a run and catch for Kiermaier will retire Correa for out number 1. A fly out to center for him. And now with 1 out, it's Kyle Tucker. Tucker grounded to 3rd. His first at-bat. That was a nice defensive play by Joey Wendell over there at 3rd. Yarborough ahead in the strike. Ahead in the count. No balls to 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 to Tucker. It's high for ball 1. The 1-2. Tucker won't chase again, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one fouled back, and it stays 2-2. Another foul ball. And another 2-2 upcoming. Yarborough has pitched 4 shutout innings. As Kyle Tucker won't go away. He's got another 2-2 due from Yarborough, and here it is. And put into play, but right into the shift is Lau. As that throw is high, and it's going to go all the way back to the backstop for Perez. A wild throw from Brandon Lau. So Kyle Tucker reaches base on an error. It's an E4. As that throw nowhere near the vicinity for the first baseman Choi. He made an effort at it, but there was nothing he could do. a good defensive alignment to put Lau over there. Just too bad he couldn't make the throw. It was a short throw, in fact, but maybe a bit rushed by a speedy outfielder bearing down. And now it's Martin Maldonado with 1 on and 1 out. Cutting a miss there, and it's 0-1. Ryan Yarborough had men at second and third with 2 outs, but that's the closest thing to a jam, really, that we can recall all day. He shut down this Astros lineup for the most part. He's given up 3 hits, struck out 4, and has not walked a man yet. That's perhaps the most important thing. That's what has gotten most of these Rays starters in trouble, is if they can't find their control and they're walking a lot of guys. But Yarborough has been good, as this will be his 70th pitch. So maybe just a couple more innings from him. That one low for ball 3. After Maldonado, the Astros will go back to the top for Brantley. Here's the 3-1. And it's cut on and missed. So the count will now go full. It's 3-2. Maldonado popped up to Choi in his first try, and now here's the payoff. And it's popped up again and chased by Choi. And what do you know? Another pop out to first base. As Maldonado is retired exactly the same way. Now with 2 outs, we go back to the top for Michael Brantley. Michael Brantley is 0 for 2. Grounded out to first base in his first try. And that one is shot foul. 0-1. That one low, and the count even at a ball and a strike. It's Kyle Tucker at first. He reached base on an error by Lau. Yarborough with only 1 out left to get in this inning. And here's the 2-1 to Brantley. And it's put into play, and it'll get down for a base hit. Kyle Tucker will head for third. And the throw, there'll be no play over there. So it's runners at the corners after that single by Brantley. He picks up his first hit of the day. 4th given up by Yarborough. And with 2 outs, it's Alex Bregman. Bregman is 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th. Bats here in the 5th as that one is popped up, chased by the left fielder Renfroe, and that one is out of here. The Astros cut the Rays' lead in half on a 2-out rally in the 5th. It's a 3-run shot for Alex Bregman, his 4th of the year. And all of a sudden, this game gets a lot more interesting. 3 earned runs. Actually, 2 for Yarborough right there, as one of them was an error. It's now 6-3 Rays with 2 outs in the 5th. Bregman coming through. That one getting over to the infamously known short Crawford boxes. That one in left field. And now it's Fairbanks and Boucher warming for the Rays. So Cash pondering a potential pitching change. As now Jose Altuve with the bases clear and 2 outs. He's 0 for 2. So hopefully just an easy out for the Rays starter here. So as we mentioned, even though it was a 3-run homer, just 2 earned runs charged to Yarborough. If you care about that sort of thing, it was Kyle Tucker that reached based on an error, so that won't be charged to him. As that one is put into play, but a nice leaping catch for Brandon Lau to retire the side. The Rays do give up 3 runs as their lead cut in half. It's 6-3 Tampa Bay at the end of 5. It'll be the catcher, Michael Perez, to lead off the 6th inning for the Rays. It'll be Perez, Willie Adames, and Austin Meadows. As then they may have to think about putting on some more insurance runs. Their lead is now just 3. As they might have just milked the last ounce that Yarborough has to give today. As they say, what happens when you face a lineup a 3rd time through? That's really the philosophy that this Rays team has kind of introduced, and it has come back to bite the Rays as the top of the lineup the 3rd time through for the Astros picked up a few hits. including a 3-run homer for Bregman. Perez retired on the 4-3 ground out, as he is now 0 for 2 on the day. And with 1 gone and the bases empty, it's Willy Adames. Willie is 1 for 3 with a single and has struck out twice. It's Brad Peacock on to start the 6th. He's already pitched 2 innings. Cut and a miss from Adames there, and it's 0-1. A couple of guys we're familiar with, the righty Divinsky, the lefty Valdez, warming up in the pen. Divinsky received the loss in yesterday's contest. I broke a 4-4 tie. The Rays won that one 5-4. Nick Anderson picked up his 6th save yesterday as well. He's 6 for 7 on the year in save opportunities. That 3-run homer would make it a safe situation if this score was to stay the way that it is come the bottom of the 9th. Adames chases the high fastball, and he's now stricken out for the 3rd time here today. He's now 1 for 4. And now with 2 gone and the bases clear, it's Austin Meadows who is having himself a day. 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. That came in the 3rd. He'll follow that Adames strikeout. Meadows is 3 for 12 in the series with 4 runs batted in. All 4 of those have come today. A 2-run homer and a 2 RBI single. And now the 1-1 is low for ball 2. This one from Peacock, and it's inside. 3-1. That one to Meadows loops back in the strike zone. A good take for Meadows there, but the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and here's the payoff. And swung on and missed. Peacock gets out of that inning with his 3rd strikeout. He's now pitched nearly 3 innings in relief. It's 6-3 Rays as we head to the bottom of the 6th. First pitching change for the Rays. It'll be Peter Fairbanks out first in 10 appearances, a 1-0 record, a 5.40 ERA. Seemingly the last guy you want to face. To start up this 6th inning, it's Yordan Alvarez. The good news is there's no man on base. Alvarez is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, but had 2 home runs yesterday. He bats here in the 6th. That'll be Yuli Gurriel, George Springer, and Carlos Correa. The Astros are at the heart of their order as the Rays make a move to the pen. Ryan Yarborough will finish with 5 innings pitched. 5 hits, 4 stricken out, no walks, and 2 earned runs. He's in line for the win. The 1-1 to Alvarez outside for ball 2. A cut and a miss from Alvarez there, and it's 2-2. Fairbanks not known as a flamethrower, maybe a missed opportunity to go to one of those to follow Ryan Yarborough, but you go to another player that's like Yarborough. But hopefully Fairbanks will at least be able to maybe pitch this inning. He'll have to face at least 3 batters, and the 2-2 to Alvarez put into play. It's against the shift. It goes all the way down to the wall. That'll be a leadoff hit. He turns for 2. It will be a leadoff double for Yordan Alvarez as he continues his way of hitting extra base hits. His first hit of the day, it's a double. A hit already allowed by Fairbanks. It's a man on second with no outs for Yuli Gurriel. As that one is put into play, charged by Wendell, and he'll only play is the out at first, which he gets. So Gurriel grounds into a 5-3. Alvarez will stay at second. And now with one out, it's George Springer. He's 1 for 2 with a single that came in the second. Springer is 143 on the year with runners in scoring position. It's Yordan Alvarez standing at second. The 1-1 from Fairbanks, and it's inside for ball 2. Rays hold a 6-3 lead here in the 6th. 11 outs left to get. A 300 hitter up now, and a 300 hitter on deck. Some big outs left to get for Fairbanks. As that one fouled back by Springer, and the count to him is now full. At 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's fouled away once again. Another 3-2 to Springer. And it's in there for strike 3. Springer watches strike 3 go by, and he'll strike out looking. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Bring up the shortstop, Carlos Correa. Still a chance to knock in a run and continue to cut down this Rays lead. That first pitch is grounded right by to Brandon Lau, and his throw to first will calmly be there and accurate to retire the side. Fairbanks comes in and gives off a leadoff double. That's going to be it, though, as he retires the next 3 men. It's 6-3 Rays at the end of 6. Another pitching change for the Astros. It's Chris Divinsky. In 11 appearances, has a 4.91 ERA. A 2-1 record. He received the loss yesterday. He replaces Brad Peacock, who gave up 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody in 2 2/3. The first man, Divinsky, will face his G-man Choi. Choi is 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. It'll be Choi, Renfroe, and Martinez here in the 7th. Choi able to check a swing, and it's 1-0. A take by Choi, and it's a ball and a strike. Another take by Choi, and it's 2-1. Something we've been crediting him for in the recent going. So good at taking pitches. He's taken 3 already in this at-bat. And he takes another one, and it's 3-1. It's a good quality of a leadoff hitter. He's batting third here today, but has spent some time at leadoff. We might see him there tomorrow in the 3-1 here to Choi. Is swung on a miss. Takes his first hack of the at-bat, and the count is now full. You can afford to swing for the fences on a 3-1 count. Choi does. Unfortunately misses, and the count is 3-2. And here's the payoff. Swung on and missed on a pitch outside. Divinsky got him with the off speed. Choi strikes out, swinging. Divinsky picks up his first strikeout, and now there's 1 away. You're in the 7th. It'll be Hunter Renfroe now. Renfroe is 0 for 2 with a walk. He comes up here in the 7th. It'll be the bottom part of the order, mainly for the Astros in the 7th. It'll be Tucker, Maldonado, and Brantley, as they will eventually go back to the top. Fairbanks, we assume, would probably come out. It'll be a lefty, a righty, and a lefty, so maybe a good chance for Alvarado to get some time. Chaz Rowe is also warming up, but it would make sense to save him to face Bregman, Altuve, and maybe Alvarez. And here's the 2-1 to Renfroe. It's low. Rays would love to add on some insurance. Their lead is 3. You can never have too many runs against a lineup like this. Cutting a miss from Renfroe and another full count. Divinsky has been busy this far in the 7th. His 12th pitch is a payoff to Renfroe, and it's low for ball 4. So he will walk Renfroe with 1 out. He does walk for the 2nd time today, and now it's Jose Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts. Renfroe at first with 1 out. 6-3 Rays lead in the 7th. Here's the first pitch to Martinez, and it's taken for strike 1. Rays with 9 outs left to get. They're going to be big outs as well. They're going to have to go all the way through the order. Probably again. And here's the 0-2 to Martinez. It's high. Divinsky sets and deals, and is popped up. Chased by the first baseman, Gurriel. He's going to go out into shallow right and make the catch to retire Martinez. So he goes down for the 4th time today. Not a great day for him. Caught a pop-up to first, and now that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. It'll be Brandon Lau. Lau is 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. He's done a good job of reaching base. And now here's the first pitch to Lau. It's fouled back. And now the 0-1. It's low. Count even at a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 fouled back. 1-2. Now this one from Divinsky is shot foul, well off the bat, but not fair. Another 1-2. It's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the second baseman, Lau. And they appeal and they say no go. It's inside and Lau checked his swing. And count is now full. Another full count for Divinsky. And here's the payoff. And it's popped up. Chased by the center fielder and the right fielder. And it's going to get all the way down to the wall. It'll score 1. It's an RBI double for Brandon Lau. It scores Hunter Renfroe from first. 6th double of the year for Brandon Lau, and they do pick up an insurance run. The lead is now 4. A good hit off the bat. A nice at-bat worked all around for Brandon Lau. His first hit of the day. It's a double. An RBI double. Now the inning continues with Joey Wendell. Brandon Lau at second, so a chance to knock in an additional run as that first pitch is fouled away. Wendell is 1 for 3 with a single. Came around to score on a fielder's choice in the 4th. As that one is shot foul. So now Divinsky once again a strike away from getting out of the inning. He gives up a run. Here's the 0-2 to Wendell. And strike 3 called, so Wendell strikes out in 3 pitches. The Rays do pick up a run. It's an RBI double from Brandon Lau to score Renfroe. 7th inning stretch time. Rays lead 7-3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the
Another pitching move for the Rays. They bring out Colin Poche to face a couple of lefties in 13 appearances, a 1.88 ERA. He's 1 for 1 on the season. He'll face Kyle Tucker first. The righty Castillo warming up in the pen as well. That would be presumably to face perhaps Bregman and Altuve. Fairbanks finishes with a scoreless inning, gives up a hit. It was a leadoff double, but that was it. He'll get credited with a hold. And now it's Colin Poche, the third pitcher on for the Rays. And that one is popped up, but the left fielder Renfroe is underneath it, and he'll be there to catch out number 1. Tucker quickly retired. And the fly out to left, and now with 1 gone and the bases empty, it's the catcher Martin Maldonado. Maldonado was 0 for 2 with 2 pop-ups to first. That first pitch called strike 1. In the 8th inning for the Rays, it'll be Kiermaier, Michael Perez, and Willie Adames. Maldonado chases a 1-1, and now it's a ball and 2 strikes. He's not looked good at the plate here today. He came into this one batting .254, so not bad for a catcher. Now the 1-2. And a broken bat chopper right to the pitcher, Poche, and he will throw in time to retire Maldonado. That one was close, but in time for out number 2. That one goes 1-3 as he grounds out to the pitcher. Maldonado has not gotten a ball out of the infield. Now there's 2 gone. For Michael Brantley, another lefty that Poche was brought on to face. Brantley is 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. Comes up with the bases clear and 2 outs in the 7th. The Astros are down 4. It's 7-3 Rays. More of a football score, if you ask me. 7-3. That one fouled back, and it's 1-1. Now the 1-1 to Brantley is swung on and missed. Poche just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Now the 1-2 is fouled back. Count stays at 1-2. That one low. Brantley won't chase, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brantley staying alive in this at-bat. It's still 2-2. And strike 3 called. Poche gets out of the inning. Puts the Astros down in order 1-2-3 as he pitches a clean 7. At the end of 7, it's 7-3 Rays. Pitching move for the Astros, it's Framber Valdez. In 11 appearances, he has a 12.86 ERA. We saw him yesterday. Chris Divinsky will finish with an inning pitch in which he gave up a run.
Leading off for the Rays, the center fielder, Kiermaier.
It'll be Kevin Kiermaier, Michael Perez, and Adames here in the 8th. The Rays have 6 outs left to get. They have a 4-run lead. That one low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Kiermaier with a couple of takes, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch, and it just clips the strike zone. The count to Kiermaier is full. And Kiermaier will go down on strikes as Valdez gets the first out of the inning. That's Kiermaier's 3rd strikeout of the day. Goes down swinging there. Now with 1 gone and the base is empty, it's the catcher Perez. Now and put into play, but it's right to the 3rd baseman. Bregman, he has a little bit of trouble with it, but in time to get the catcher Perez. And now that's quickly 2 outs. Perez retired on the 5-3. And now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames, the leadoff man. He'll come up in the 8th with 2 gone and the base is clear. He's 1 for 4 with a single and has struck out 3 times. The first pitch to him is inside for ball 1. In the bottom of this 8th inning, it will be Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and Yordan Alvarez. As that one is popped up, chased by the left fielder, Brantley, and that one is going to get all the way back to the wall. It's going to be a 2-out double, and he's going to stay at second. Does Willie Adames, now he has an extra base hit, the 8th double of the year. See how picks up his 2nd hit of the day to keep the inning going. A nice hit off the bat for Adames off of Valdez. The first hit to that part of left center that we've seen, and now it's Austin Meadows, who's 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. 4 runs batted in on the day. He's got Willie Adames standing at second base. This has been a tag team that has worked well. Meadows following up Adames. Something we may see in the future as the Rays looking to get their 2nd straight win. They have 6 outs left to get, though, and the first pitch to Meadows is low for ball 1. Rays looking to pad onto a 4-run lead. 1 more run and it would no longer be a save situation. Curious to see if they would still bring out Nick Anderson. If they were to bring out Anderson, in fact, I would probably take it would be the bottom of this inning. It's the righty Bregman, the righty Altuve, and perhaps the lefty Alvarez. Probably the 3 biggest outs that the Rays have left to get. And the 2-1 to Meadows is in there for strike 2. And that one chopped right up the middle, and it'll get through for a base hit. And the runner's going to go home. Adames is going to get home. That one got past Springer. It's an RBI double for Austin Meadows as he somehow manages to get his way to second base. It is now 8-3 Rays as they pour it on here in the 8th. The 5th RBI of the day for Austin Meadows as he doubles here in the 8th, his 2nd extra base hit today. And now it's G-Man Choi with a chance to knock in an additional run. He's already got a home run today. Was part of a back-to-back homer session in the 3rd inning. A 2-run homer for Meadows followed by a solo shot from Choi. That was an exciting time in the game as they were homering happy off of Josh James, who in fact is in line for the loss. Ryan Yarborough is still in line for the win. So a couple of starter decisions if this 8-3 score holds. No longer a safe situation as the lead for the Rays is now 5. A chance to knock in a 9th run as that one is going to be backhanded by Gurriel, and he'll throw quickly to the pitcher Valdez, who beats him out to the bag to retire the side. But that's not all. The Rays pick up a run. An RBI double by Austin Meadows makes it 8-3 Rays as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Another pitching move for the Rays. It's Diego Castillo. In 13 appearances, a 3.65 ERA. A right-handed pitcher that comes on to face a couple of big righties. He replaces Poche, who pitched a clean inning.
The third baseman, Alex.
It's Alex Bregman to get things started. Bregman is 2 for 3 with a single and a home run. Gave the Astros all 3 runs that they have on that homer. Allen fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. The 1-2 to Bregman is foul. Is actually put into play. Just fair. And the throw to first is nice by Perez. That'll be in time to retire Bregman for out number 1. It goes 2-3. And now it's Jose Altuve with 1 out and the bases empty. Altuve is 0 for 3. Lined out to Lau in the 5th inning. That was a leaping grab by Lau. Back in the 5th. Altuve, the former American League MVP in 2017, his batting average is all the way down to .218. Still early in the season as we're in late April, but deep enough into the season where it means something. They've been playing baseball for about a month now. The Rays looking for their 10th win of the season. A loss for the Astros would drop them back to 500. They're 12-11 coming into today. And as we mentioned earlier, Yankees' loss will allow the Rays with a win here today to make up a full game. It would put them 7 games back of first. The Yankees team that swept the Rays in March. The Yankees will be back in the Trop for a 4-game series in May. Part of a crucial month that we keep talking about. You got to get through the end of April 1st. They've got this game here today, a game in Houston tomorrow, and then they return home for series against the Royals and against the Indians. And then they start off May with a road series in Oakland. So it doesn't get too much easier from here. And now the payoff to Altuve. And that one is knocked into play, and it'll get through for a base hit right past Adames. It's a 1-out single for Altuve as he gets his first hit of the day. First one allowed by Castillo as well. And he extends his hitting streak to 10 games. Here on that single. I guess it also depends on your definition of a hitting streak, as Altuve did not play yesterday. So some would deem that would kill a hitting streak, but the way that stats are kept here says it's extended to 10 games, and now it's Yordan Alvarez with a man on first and 1 out. He's 1 for 3 with a double in the 6th. He's been kept quiet mostly today after a 2-run homer, a 2-homer day yesterday, as that one is fouled and it's quickly 0-2. Probably the hardest out that Castillo will have to get. It's a righty on lefty against a lefty that's batting .400, the best hitter in the American League, probably. And it's going to ring him up. Diego Castillo gets a big strikeout there of Alvarez to retire the 2nd out of the inning, and now it's Yuli Gurriel that will come up with a man on first and 2 outs. First strikeout for Castillo. 3rd for Alvarez. Yuli Gurriel is 1 for 3 with a double in the 4th. And he swings at that pitch, and it's going to fall foul. The 0-1 to Gurriel's outside for ball 1. In the getaway game of the series, this long 4-game set, it'll be Morton v. Jose Urquidy. So, at least according to odds makers, probably a good chance for the Rays to pick up a win. The Rays' ace is 2 for 3, but has fell victim to a couple weird decisions. Think of a 1-0 loss to the Yankees. I believe another similar one, I think, in Cleveland. So a chance for him to get back to 500 against a team that he used to pitch for. In fact, a team that he won and closed out a World Series for. He made his return back to Houston last season, but his first time and perhaps only time this year. He pitched against the Astros in the playoffs, but that was in St. Pete, as that one backhanded by Wendell, and a leaping throw to first is in time to retire the side. So Castillo gives up a hit, but that's going to be it. A clean scoreless inning, as the Rays with an 8-3 lead have 3 outs left to get. Perhaps final pitching move for the Astros. It's Roberto Osuna. In 5 games, he has a 2.45 ERA. No decisions, but he's 1 for 2 in save opportunities. It looks like he may have lost the closer spot, as we've seen different relief pitchers in save situations against the Rays, at least in St. Pete. No save situations in this series yet for the Astros, as they lost yesterday and won in the first game 6-0. It's Hunter Renfroe leading off this inning. It'll be Renfroe, Jose Martinez, and Brandon Lau before we head to the bottom of the 9th. Where it'll be Springer, Correa, and Kyle Tucker. We wonder who the pitcher may be. Probably not Nick Anderson, as it's not a safe situation, so maybe a guy like Jose Alvarado, although it's 2 righties and a lefty. So maybe even try and let Castillo stay on for a second inning. Not quite sure what Kevin Cash will do, but we can only wait and see. As that one is swing and miss by Renfroe. He goes down on strikes. He's out of a bit of a rough day. He's reached base twice on a couple of walks, but that's it. Now it's Jose Martinez. He's 0 for 4. He last popped out in the 7th. Comes to the plate here with 1 out and the bases empty. The Rays have a 5-run lead. It's 8-3, so it's okay if they can't get any insurance runs. A couple of righties warming in the pen for Houston. The 0-1 to Martinez, and that one is outside for ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled. 1-2. This 1-2. Fouled. Another 1-2 pitch. And it's outside for ball 2. And that one is popped up. Fouled. That one taken low, and now the count to Martinez is full. Chance for him to reach base for the first time today. And the payoff will be outside, ball 4. Martinez will walk to give the Rays a base runner here. As soon as he gives up a walk. And now it's Brandon Lau, who's 1 for 2 with a double. That double did score Renfroe in the last inning to give the Rays their 8th run. Bit of a timeline for this game. The Rays put up 3 runs in the 3rd on a couple of home runs, back-to-back, in fact. Then they had an inning in which they doubled their lead. They tacked on another 3 runs. Then Alex Bregman hit a 3-run shot to make it 6-3. And now the Rays have now extended their lead once again. They've pushed it out to 5 runs. A cut and a miss there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to Lau. Jose Martinez standing at first. That one inside, and it's 2-2. That one put into play, and it's right to Altuve. He'll go to 2, get the out there, and he did not get Lau at first, so it'll be a fielder's choice for Brandon Lau. The Astros do get the lead runner, so not a hit for Lau, as it'll bring up Joey Wendell with 1 on and 2 outs. Joey Wendell is 1 for 4 with a single. It's been kind of a long inning. Asuna has pitched 18 times already. A lot of good counts worked by Rays hitters, as that one is shot foul. But I'm sure the Rays, just as I and everyone at home, just eager to get to the bottom of the 9th and get out of this thing, as Joey Wendell pops that one up, chased by the center fielder Springer, and he's under it to retire the side. Rays get a hit, but that's going to be it. It was actually a walk to Martinez. They're going to have to take their 8-3 lead to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Oliver Drake to try and finish this one off. In 15 appearances, 0-1 record, a 9.75 ERA. He's 0 for 1 in save opportunities. This one is not a save opportunity, though. But it is a chance to pitch in the 9th with the lead. So maybe some good experience for him. The outs won't be easy. It'll be George Springer, Carlos Correa, and Kyle Tucker to come to the plate here in the 9th. The Rays lead 8-3. As that first one is popped up and charged by the right fielder Meadows, he's there quickly. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 9th. A fly out to right will bring up Carlos Correa. Correa is 0 for 3 with a ground out to second in the 6th. Batting .301. Astros down to their final 2 outs here in the 9th. Rays lead 8-3. Here's the first pitch to Correa. It's outside for ball 1. The righty Rowe warming up in the pen. I guess just in case. That one outside for ball 2. The 2-0 from Drake is fouled away. And that one is grounded right to Lau, and he's going to get the out of Correa. And the Astros are now down to their final out after that 4-3 grounder from Correa. It's Kyle Tucker to the plate. Kyle Tucker is 0 for 3. He reached base on an error. That was in the 5th inning. That error charged to Brandon Lau. Righty on lefty matchup. Rays lead 8-3 with 1 out left to get. Drake has only thrown 5 pitches. He's gotten 2 outs. Nice and tidy to finish this one off. It was 5 innings of Yarborough, an inning of Fairbanks, an inning of Poche, an inning of Castillo, and now hopefully a clean inning of Drake. Ryan Yarborough is in line for the win. The starter for the Astros, Josh James, in line for the loss. As we mentioned, a couple of starter decisions. And the 2-0 to Tucker is swung on and missed for strike 1. That one fouled. And it's 2-2. The Astros now down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Tucker. Oliver Drake on the mound. 10th pitch upcoming. Trying to close out the 10th win for the Rays. And he does! A swing and a miss to strike out Tucker. The Rays advance to 10-15 after this 8-3 win. They drop the Astros to 12-12. The Rays are now 7 games back of first. A nice win for the Rays. Yarborough gets the win. It'll be Charlie Morton tomorrow to try and get a series victory. The Rays now lead the series 2-1, and we'll see you tomorrow
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rays, 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. For the Astros, 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 20.